Okay, we're going to look at identity and inverse properties here today. And when we talk about identity properties, we'll do ID here. For addition, we look at identity property, we have 0, because 0 added to any number becomes the same number. So it doesn't change value, and added to any number is the same number. Likewise, with multiplication, 1 is the identity property for multiplication because 1 multiplied by any number is the same number. So if we have 3 and we add 0, we're still at 3. That's the identity property. Now, when we talk about inverse properties, we're really looking at a situation where we're going to be combining numbers to get to a result we want to get to. So if we have two numbers, and we'll look at this from inverse, if we have two numbers and we're adding or using addition, then two numbers added that their sum is 0 is where we have an inverse property, and many times we call this additive inverse in math. So for example, if we have -2, the inverse of that is 2. We add them together, we get 0. Just like if we had 1/3, the inverse of that added to it plus -1/3 is 0. Now with multiplication, when we look at this, we're really looking at multiplicative inverses are really kind of what we would call a reciprocal, or something that is sort of inverse from the other. We look at multiplication in an inverse property. With addition, we want to get to 0. With multiplication, we need to get to 1. So, how do we look at this? Well, say if we have 2, what's the multiplicative inverse of 2? Well, what would we multiply 2 by to get 1? Well, we'd multiply by 1/2. And if we think about this too, if we write it as a fraction as 2 over 1, we're multiplying it by 1/2, which is what we consider the reciprocal. P-R-O-C, reciprocal, which means basically we're just flipping a number over, essentially. So with multiplication, the multiplicative inverse property just states that we're going to multiply an object by its reciprocal or by the number as a fraction flipped over to reach a result of 1. And with addition, it's inverse. The inverse property means that we're going to either add a negative to a positive to achieve a result of 0, or a positive to a negative to achieve a result of 0. So the identity inverse properties, we're looking at them. Addition, we look at 0. Multiplication, we look at 1. So we'll be back with the next video. See you next time. Bye.